Cut Radio.
When did I fall in love with music? Honestly, it was at a young age. My father was very into Motown, and I kind of grew up listening to Little Anthony and Four Tops, Diana Ross, Marvin Gaye. So it was pretty young age. I was probably about 6 or 7 years old, just growing up on straight up Motown oldies. Why did I pick becoming a DJ? I think it kind of just happened by mistake. I had a good friend that I grew up with, DJ Edge. If you're from the Lancaster area or from the Pennsylvania area, you know a DJ Edge. We grew up together, went to school together, went to high school together, and he was talking about becoming a DJ for years, and it sparked my interest when I actually saw him with his turntables and just starting out, and just he just let me play with him once, and I was just hooked from there. Kind of just blew up from there. Literally a few months later, after he started, I went out and bought my own techniques and my own mixer and just started buying vinyl like a madman, and then here I am now. What have I done? I've done a lot. I mean, just starting out DJing, I kind of got a love for the actual making of beats. I mean, I went out and I bought an MPC, and it was crazy. I made beats. I even rapped for a little bit. It was a funny time, but it actually sounded good for a few minutes. No, but I made beats. I've rapped. I've obviously DJ'd and a lot more. My style of DJing are 5 separate words: original, diverse, dedicated, professional, and of course raw. A DJ to me, well, I mean, the title DJ has changed over the years, but a real DJ to me nowadays is, first of all, the art of knowing your music. Knowing music in general, just not staying to one genre. There's no such thing as just a hip-hop DJ. No more. Just knowing music, being able to mix your music properly, being able to scratch, being able to control your crowd, being able to bring a crowd. Not that you're the promoter, but you got to have a name to bring people. And just the dedication to your craft. Just honestly, that what makes a good DJ is practice. Straight up practice. My top 5 favorite DJs. Number 5 has to be DJ Premier. Number 4, I'm gonna go with DJ A-Track. Number 3, DJ Qbert. Number 2, Rock Raider. And then number 1, since he came out in late 90s, DJ Craze. Definitely. The new brand I dubbed Raw Cut Radio. Well, there's a long there's a long story between. There's a long story of what Raw and Raw Cut is. It was actually said to me by a friend by mistake. We were recording a song, and he was like, "Yo, that's a Raw Cut." And ever since, we kept that little snippet of him saying that, and I kept it over the years, and it just kind of stuck. I've had several other DJ names, but that's the one that kind of stuck with me for the last 10 years or so. But the whole movement, the Raw Cut Radio movement, Raw Cut Entertainment, Raw Cut Radio TV now, is pretty big. We got a lot of people on the team now. The whole idea of me starting Raw Cut was to bring something new to you. There's a lot of other DJs. There's a lot of other radio stations. There's a lot of other radio webcasts out now, and they're all pretty much following the same format. So I wanted to give something else to the people that enjoy music. The original idea was to have Raw Cut Radio as just a DJ network of just some of my favorite area DJs in this area spinning, Monday through Sunday, a few hours, just to have fun, just to give free promotion to themselves. We had a few come and go. Hey, whatever. But I've hooked up with a bunch of my old family members that I brought back to make them new family members. To name a few, my man Lyrican, T-Zine Graphics, he's been there since the drop, since day one. Jimmy Jam, my knucklehead brother, one of the biggest wedding DJs around here. If you know him, you know what I mean. I brought in DJ Diesel. He's one of the he's a really crazy electronic dance music type DJ. I brought on Von Ski and his friend Jazzy. They do a show on Tuesdays, all hip hop and just talking craziness during the show. I brought on DJ Master Peel. I brought on DJ Tony Montana, DJ King James. There's a long list of everyone in the Raw Cut family, and we all kind of work together to make this name something bigger than it is now. And with the launch of Raw Cut Radio TV, we're going to be doing a lot of interviews with local artists and national artists, talking about where they came from, where they are now, where they want to go, so on and so forth, giving bloopers. Just look out for that YouTube page, you'll see that then. Basically, to round it all about, the whole idea of Raw Cut Radio is just to bring good music to you properly, so you can literally have a good time, and we can all have a good time doing this. My advice to upcoming DJs now. Honestly, I used to make a big deal out of you're not a real DJ if you don't use turntables. Well, times have changed, and a lot of you younger guys haven't had the opportunity to even touch a turntable, and I understand that. Unlike me and the other guys, we started out on vinyl. We bought thousands and thousands of dollars of this stuff every month. But for you kids now, I don't care if you use a turntable, if you use a controller, if you use whatever else you can think of. As long as you do the art form correctly. You don't have to be a battle scratch DJ. You don't have to be a crazy mixologist. Just know what you're doing. Respect what you're doing. Respect the other DJs that are doing what you're trying to do. And just be yourself. Don't try to copy someone's style. Don't try to be someone you're not. Be your own. Do your own thing. Make your own style. Make your own person. Make your own following. Make your own group. Make your own everything. Don't depend on anyone else to do it. That's my advice. Be yourself. Don't try to be like anybody else. And just keep real with the music that you're spinning every night. Shout out to my whole Raw Cut Radio family, my man Lyrican, Jimmy Jam, of course, Big Rob. Shout out to all the radios on the Raw Cut Radio station. Shout out to all the DJs I've worked with in the past and that I'm working with now. Special shout out to DJ Edge. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. And that's it, Raw Cut Radio.
Raw Cut Radio.